Buddy, welcome. Let me know if it's not working. Can you hear me all okay? I'm Jared. Welcome to the first Rebrickable live build stream event. I am pretty new to this, so forgive me for any catastrophes that happen during this process. I am using some new software that is new to me. I'm using some equipment that is new to me. It's certainly not like building a Lego set. So please bear with me as I'm learning. First set I decided to build to test the water, so to speak, is the 75344 Boba Fett's Starship, formerly called the Slave One. The it's a microfighter set, so it's not a huge set. It's got what is it, 85 pieces. I actually thought it was a little bit bigger than that, but I'll get it on my close-up camera for you so you can. Oh, no. That's the set I'll be building today. Excuse the reflection of my lighting. Um, Microfighters are quite a popular little set. These little smaller impulse buys do well in the Lego world. They they're at a price point which normally makes them not too. You don't feel guilty buying them, and they're good at popping up for like if you need free shipping. You add a little set like this. Um, the they're kind of similar to like briquettes in that regard. Like they're kind of small but kind of highly collectible. People who have bought one tend to buy more than one. Interestingly, this is the first Slave One in the microfighter. In my research, I was surprised to find that there wasn't one before now. There was like a smaller, similar kind of thing back in 2012 for like a Comic Con Star Wars celebration, but that predates the actual microfighters brand. And then like we've had Hawthorns and Bluebacks and the three Millennium Falcons, but not this took 23 years, 24 years to get us a Slave One microfighter. So I'm kind of excited to be building this, to be honest. Um, Let me check. Sorry, just reading some of the comments, trying to multitask, learning some new skills altogether. I haven't even opened this set yet, so I'm going to open it. I'm also going to be doing this for kind of a blog post. So I don't know if you can see in the corner to my left is my photo box for where I create all the photos for the reviews I write for Rebrickable. I'm not going to take as many during this process because you guys don't want to watch me take photos. That'd be dull as dishwater. But I will be nipping over there every now and again just to kind of so I've got something for a blog post. I do need to say up front, I forgot to say this. This set was kindly provided by Lego to Rebrickable for this purpose. So thank you to Lego. Inside we have, I'm going to put it on the close-up camera. We have three bags. They're all unnumbered. Let me position this a bit better so you guys see. One, two, three. It doesn't look like anything particularly interesting in terms of parts. I don't know about you guys. When I'm building, I tend to have the set open on Rebrickable. I don't know if that's because of the review thing. I kind of need to look up parts and see what's interesting, and so I always have the set open on my computer in the background. I'm scanning through the inventory now, and it doesn't look like there's anything particularly of note. There is one rare part, the windscreen, which in trans brown, formerly trans black, which has appeared in only one of the set before this, back in 2019, an Marvel Avengers set. And then probably the most interesting thing, and the reason why microfighters are so popular, is has a really great minifigure in it. It's got a really great Boba Fett. It's exclusive to this set, which is always more attractive to minifigure collectors, Star Wars minifigure collectors. Um, so I can't wait to get my hands on him. He's got like a black torso, which is kind of unusual for Boba Fett. They normally go for a sand blue or dark bluish grey, light bluish grey. Excuse the noise. I'm opening the bags. Oh, actually, my microphone has noise cancelling, but it probably has on me out too. So bear with me a second. Okay, get rid of that. So I tend to use a put-through tray, like you get, for your drawers in your kitchen, to sort my parts. They tend to. Let me see if I go the overhead to show you. They have a lot of compartments, so it's good for like 3 or 4 bags. When you get like the smaller bags in a bag, ignore these parts. These are for other reviews. Sneak peek. Um, I tend to have two sets going at once normally, but if I'm building with my kids, which I am right now, we tend to have 3 or 4 sets going at once. So I try and maintain separation for spares and things like that. So that's my parts all opened up. Let's have a look, see what we have. I'm completely ignoring the instruction manual right now. It's a tiny little instruction manual, small that is. Probably put it in my mouth. I'm gonna switch over to. I'm just gonna go straight in. I want to get my hands on this minifigure, so I'm gonna find these parts. Legs. Am I the only one who has the most trouble finding legs? I don't know why. They look too much like a brick, I guess. But they're always the last part of a minifigure I see. And then he has a jetpack, which is always pretty cool. Get that on my micro close up. I haven't converted to building. I mean, this feels like, is this an old jetpack nowadays? Because did there used to be another one? Or is it the same one they've always had? I'm just going to look it up. Mm, yeah, that's since 2009. So yeah, it's pretty old now. I'm surprised it hasn't been updated, but I guess if it ain't broke and all that, I'm going to take it to my close up. So that's actually pretty far away. You can't really see a minifigure. Let's throw this together. Um, Apologies if you're commenting to me. I'm doing a really poor job of looking at the comments. I mean, oh, you guys, welcome. I'm so grateful you're all here to join me. And look at that, I'm already messing up. Forgot to put the jetpack on. And he's got. Is this supposed to be old? Is that the old? Let me change to the close up for you. Is that the old? Boba Fett as an old man, scarred up? I guess so. He doesn't look very young there, does he? And then obviously the helmet. He doesn't have any rangefinder, which is probably an intentional choice, but he has an absolutely beautiful arm print. The lighter colours like yellow don't often print on dark very well. But here they've done it looks really, really great. I'm really impressed. There's no like, normally it kind of looks kind of dirty. I'm guessing they've had to do a lot of layers of the colour on this print to get that so clean. Yeah, it's really, really nice. Really great figure. I'm not a huge minifigure guy. Anyone who read my reviews will know that. But yeah, I appreciate a good looking figure. I'm going to leave him there at the front. And if you, sorry, I'm reading some comments again. If you have any questions about the set, about my life, about Rebrickable, let me know. I'll try and pay attention and answer what I can. Christopher S is a big Boba Fett fan, apparently. He is pretty cool looking. I guess that's why he's so popular with so little screen time. The oh, I forgot to build Boba Fett's game. So he has a lightsaber hilt and a blaster, which I cannot find. There it is. Am I leaning into my shot? I am, aren't I? Sorry, guys. You don't want to see my bold spot. There you go. Change the. And there's the figure done. It is oversized weapon. I'm going to leave him up front. And then I'm going to move the parts a little bit closer to me so I don't have to lean forward as much. So, first up, do you want to see the instructions? Maybe you do. I'm going to try and leave them in shot for you guys. Yes. Probably won't take me long. I mean, it's only 5 parts, and at this point, I've built enough Lego to kind of be pretty quick about things. Um, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to rush it because I've got nothing to do all morning. So it's morning for me. I'm in Los Angeles, so I don't have anywhere else to be. Uh, there's a nice Doom reference right there in the comments. Used to play Doom a lot in my youth. Some trans orange. Interesting. These trans orange. A lot of people used to mix trans orange and trans neon orange up. These definitely look kind of a bit more neon than I would expect a trans orange part to look. But there's an easy way to tell now. If you buy a new set today, there's no trans neon orange in it. Trans neon orange has been retired, or it's widely assumed it's been retired. It hasn't been seen for a couple of years now. So in new sets, it's all trans orange. We've got the base. Like I said in the opening, the we had a it was a Star Wars Celebrations mini build giveaway. It came in a metal tin. They're very valuable nowadays if you manage to get one back then. Released in 2012. It looked very similar to this microfighter, um, but this utilizes modern parts, modern techniques. Um, but it had very much the same kind of feel. Uh, so it's good that we're getting an update that everybody can get hold of. We haven't had that many microfighters in the last couple of years. We used to get 4 to 6 a year, and I believe last year we got one. I think the Mandalorian uh, Razor Crest, right? I think that was the only one. Someone in the comments confirm. And then this year we had two. This so far, this and the Mandalorian, um, the Naboo Starfighter, what they call the N1s or something. Um, I'm a big fan. I like the stuff. I like these. My kids would love these. They're exactly their kind of thing. My son especially, he loves spaceships. He tends to build a lot of spaceships uh, anyway with his Lego and shoots each other and stuff. So these are totally in his wheelhouse. Um, let's try and build some. Let me see some comments. Okay, what's my favorite Lego build? Well, I mean, so Lego builds, I find it depends on the kind of mood I'm in. I tend to favor buildings, modulars. Um, they tend to be less repetitive, and if you've read the Rubik's series, I love like building a city. I would have a huge city if I could. Space. Um, this is all remodeled in the last year. Before that, Rubik's used to be on a giant table right behind me. Oh. it would be helpful if you were on the full. Just right behind me, right here, we Vicksburg used to be on a huge table, literally where I'm sitting. We remodeled everything to give me a better organizational space, but that's why we Brickwell has vanished. So buildings tend to be my favourite thing. Um, oh, thank you, Toby Mac. Yes, Razor Crest was the only microfighter in 2012. 75321. Um, so City, yeah, City. I love the Ninjago City sets. Gardens was absolutely incredible. I just finished. You may be able to see it behind me. I just finished Ninjago City Markets for a review that is coming soon. I need to write it. I need to get my. There's still some photos I need to get for it. You can probably also see down here one to be built is the Friends Botanical Garden Greenhouse, whatever what it's called. Yeah, Botanical Gardens, which looks fantastic. Can't wait to get that open. So buildings definitely. But then equally, a car is. I've got the Batmobile behind me, which is fantastic. Um, I've got this T-Rex from the Jurassic Park gate set. I can't remember. I'm terrible with set numbers, so I'm never going to be able to give you a set number off the top of my head. I didn't. The gate was a bit too big for display, but the T-Rex is a piece of art. That thing is absolutely incredible. It's so posable. I love it. So it stayed on display. What else? There's one right behind me, which literally just finished for. I can't get out of the way for review. The Temple of the Golden Idol, Indiana Jones, which was an absolutely fantastic build. Spoiler alert on the review I haven't written yet. It was a really great build. So those kind of interesting techniques. Repetition breaks me. So if a set gets too repetitive, I'm out. Yoda was a really tough set for me to get through. Um, the Big Book Yoda from I want to say 2019. I built the Man United Stadium for a revocable review, and I just hated it, hated it. Which it was so repetitive, especially when you get to the stands and you have to put all those bricks together for the seats. I was like, oh. Um, okay, let me. What was there was another question. Oh, sorry. So the N1 Starfighter, the other microfighter this year, is coming for release this summer. So probably August 1st, I would guess. Maybe July 1st, but it's not out yet. Thank you, Toby Mac, for Mac is being my fact checker for me. Apparently, I appreciate it. What's the other question I saw? Oh, my favorite theme. Wowzers. Um, Your friends, guys. I know it's not popular and rebrickable to say such a thing, but they come out with just incredible sets from buildings to vehicles to nature scenes, playgrounds, skate parks. Like Lego City, this this current wave that's about to be released looks like they may be turning things around. But Friends has smoked them for like 5 years now. And the relaunch of Friends came along this year and brought some also absolutely incredible sets with it. Like that theme is so underrated. If it had minifigures in, it would be one of the top selling themes every year. I guarantee it. Um, other than that, I would favour modulars, like the icons. The big the themes most people like. Yes, JB instructions, I probably wouldn't have liked the globe. Luckily, a fellow admin wanted to review the globe. I steered clear. I did build the typewriter, and there's a lot of repetition in that, but that was a phenomenal set. Um, just absolutely incredible. Favorite build would be the Big Red. I'm not sure what that is. I'm assuming it's a cook. Is it Technic? Uh, If you can find a set number for me, that'd be great. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me build. Thanks for the reminder. Da, 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 da. What do I need? One of these. Do I these brackets? I call these brackets. I don't know if they are. Let me go back to my close-up. I call these brackets, but stepped brackets. I don't really know. We go on there like that. Let's go on. What's the orrery on the top shelf? That is I did a review for that not too long ago. It's by JK Brickworks. It's on Rebrickable. I have no idea what the mock number is, but it's a pretty popular one because it's an absolutely incredible build. Um, Can't recommend it enough. With Train Crane from Technic. Yeah. Okay, Technic. I love Technic. I came out of my dark ages. I used to build Technic when I was a kid in the 90s and 80s and 90s. And when I came back out of my dark ages, I don't know what was it, 8 years ago, something like that. I ignored Technic. I was like, no, that's not for me. I want the Simpsons house. I want some of the Lego movie sets. And then through my time with Rebrickable, when I started doing reviews for Rebrickable, I did a couple of, I believe it was the car transporter set was one of the first Technic sets I reviewed, and it blew me away. And I was like, I'm missing out. So I've got really back into Technic. I have, no, I don't actually have it on, I still have the Siam built, the Lamborghini, which I loved. I know that Technic, like Technic fans will, will aren't that warm on that set. But for a Technic novice like me, I thought it was incredible. Yeah, the Colosseum. Toby Mac built that one. That was I, when I saw him, he shared some of the early videos for it because I think he got that pre-release, so that's one we couldn't share until like a certain date. So when we have sets like that, if we have questions, we have a private chat so we can like send each other things and be like, "What's going on with this?" or whatever. And and he sent some pictures of it, and I was like, immediately, that Colosseum looks like absolutely miserable time. He built the Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty, what am I talking about? Eiffel Tower too. Last year's Eiffel Tower, was it this year's? The absolutely massive one. And I saw pictures of that. I was like, no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't survive that. I would feel like it's such a chore. It doesn't matter how good it would look at the end, I wouldn't like it. So as you can see already, this is kind of coming together pretty quickly, like the main shape of the chassis. Oh, thank you for sharing the mop number. The Rad Farmer. Uh, Check it out for the orrery. Check out JK Brickworks if you don't go to Rebrickable. If you somehow have found us without knowing about Rebrickable, go check out the site. I know I'm a little bit biased. I've got my little Rebrickable merch on, but the site is just unequaled in terms of what it allows you to do with your Lego collection. It really is. I don't know why anybody uses anything else. I've tried other sites before, and I was so happy when I found Rebrickable. It's actually I think it's 5 years this month since I became an admin on Rebrickable. I'm sure it was around this time of year, July time. Thanks to Nathan and Toby Mac and Thea, who graciously included me in their team at the time, and Simon, of course, who, rest in peace, was a big advocate for me. We've grown a lot since then, and we've got a lot more team members now who help out with writing blogs and LDRAW renders and not photo approving. The site is so much busier now than it ever was. It's a whole other beast. So we needed a lot more people to help support it. If you haven't already checked it out, we've started competitions the last couple of months. They they're a great way for us to kind of give back to our mock designing community, and encourages people to share their mocks instead of kind of like sitting on them thinking, oh, I don't think my mock's good enough, whatever. Share it, get it out there. If nothing else, it's good practice for the next thing you build. That came off a bit too easily. I'm not sure I'm keen on that. Need a bit more locking or something. 1x3 panels going in. I'm actually just going to port. I'm going to go take a photo. You can see me hovering over in this corner. Oh no, I can't take a photo. I haven't got my camera. I'm not going to take a photo. I'll have to just make do. That's something I've neglected to think about. I will endeavour to solve that issue. Oh, thanks for the kind words about the site in the chat. We do appreciate getting feedback, including good and bad. You can't fix things, can't make things better without some bad feedback. So, first of the section is done. We're moving on to a little build out from step 19. Looks like the tail gets built as a whole thing. Check out the forums. Um, check out the blog posts. We do if we make any major changes, we do like an admin update blog post. Toby Mac like summarizes everything for us, and just to keep you guys in the loop. So make sure you're reading that for all site updates. You can also check out what's called the commits log. You go to, believe it's under other on the website menu. That is that's the log of all the changes Nathan makes to improve things, to fix bugs. It doesn't, it's not too in depth, but it kind of gives you an idea of if something's different, you'll be able to see that if it was changed or if it's something that's gone wrong. You'll also see just how much he does on a daily basis for the website. To keep it all flowing. That doesn't look. I guess there's room for legs. I guess there's like a little notch in there. My mobile. I do have a mobile camera, but it's the one that I'm using to view. I bought this full one. I'll pause the build for a second to go through my setup because if you're curious, this full camera here, I got a brand new HD fancy 4K webcam, and I think the picture's okay. It's not as good as I was expecting, but I think it's good enough. And then we have this micro is my old webcam, which is jank. You can move it around and go, hi. Color, like it corrects there, but it just doesn't like the shade, the lighting when it's pointing down at my desk. And then the one above me is my phone, because my phone by far had a better camera. Um, so that's my setup. When I'm finished with this, also having my phone allows me to not need another USB socket to connect it in because it can connect through that fancy software jobby. Um, Nathan's with us. If you don't know, Nathan's based in Australia, where it's like 3 a.m. for him. So appreciate you putting on, saying hello. Okay, let's go back to the build. So as you can probably see from our parts, we're already almost finished. Um, I was I give you a little sneak peek of what I want to do next. If this went well and you guys didn't hate it, The next one I'm going to be a bit more ambitious with. I have the Batman Shadow Box Batcave that I have to build for a review, or something. Um, that set isn't provided by Lego, so I don't. There's no restrictions on what I do with it. Um, so I was considering doing that as a live build, but it's pretty big, so the live build would be pretty long. So I might do that as the next live build. I may buy some of the city sets for this summer, the new ones, because there's a couple of there that I really like the look of. I'm sure you could probably guess. Again, I don't know set numbers, but the downtown city street with the bridge, with the pedestrian bridge over the road. Um, oh, what was the other one? I don't know. There's a couple that I thought looked really great, so I might get one of those to build for live building. As I said in the poll when I kind of announced this, um, if you have sets you want me to live build with for you, let me know. No promises, but I'm always happy to take suggestions and see what I can do. Okay, we have a new user, Tricky183. I'm new to Rubrical, so apologies if this is answered elsewhere. This event is building a set with instructions booklet. Any chance for a stream or walkthrough on designing in Studio? So Studio is a Bricklink owned software. Most mock designers use Studio because it's so easy to use, so easy to make instructions with. Um, I highly recommend it. I use it for my mocks. I'm I I'm not brilliant at it. I'm sure there's a ton of features in there that more experienced users can do. I believe there are walkthroughs out there already. I don't know. I think maybe we even have something in our help pages that helps you kind of figure out the basics of Studio. Um, I won't be doing any kind of walkthrough for Studio. I'm not confident enough in my skills. I don't design enough mocks to have anything kind of ready to go. Um, what else? What else? Nathan keeps removing his own comments, apparently. Yeah. Be great to watch more lives. I mean, yeah, I bought a bunch of equipment. So I bought this fancy microphone. I've done lots. It's taken me about 2 months to get the setup ready for public. The we have this really I bought this really fancy microphone just for this because I was using other audio capturing devices for my phone and the webcams and my laptop, and they sounded atrocious. So I invested in a decent microphone. So I would like to do more of these, time permitting and funds permitting. I have two small kids. They're in summer school right now in at least in California, where they finish school at the end of May. So I know I don't sound like I'm from California, but I live in California. So because we don't want, how long is it? 13 weeks, I think, is the summer here, compared to the 6 weeks I'm used to in England. That's a lot of time to keep your kids busy. So we have them in summer school, so they're there for the mornings. So I have a few hours where I can do this without being interrupted. Because they will be here every 10 minutes being like, I'm bored, I want a snack. What you building? Can I build with you? Trust me, it wouldn't be pretty. So yes, I want to do more. And there will be more. There will be. I will be doing this again. Um, Am I Toby Mac? Am I calling dibs? So me and Toby Mac have this friendly rivalry on who gets to review what sets. Um, we we have, for the most part, similar tastes. He is a bit more into cars, like speed champions and Technicars than I am. He's got far more experience with Technic than I have. So any serious technic stuff, I kind of leave to him because he knows what he's talking about and I don't. Um, but we both kind of favor the icons sets. There was a big fight about the Ninjago City Market sets. We tend to try and alternate turns on who gets to pick a big set. Um, so it's kind of fair. So if it's not your turn, you're out of luck. Um, so I guess Toby Mac, yes, I am. The advantage of being out in the public speaking. Oh yeah, someone shared the number for me, 60380, downtown city set. Um, we haven't really discussed what sets over the summer are going to be distributed yet. Okay. How often do you build them up? Not as often as I'd like. Life gets in the way. I volunteer a lot for my kids' elementary school, so that takes up a lot of my time. And when I'm not doing that, I am on Rebrickable. So I probably spend 4 to 5 hours a day doing Rebrickable stuff. And then if I have a lot of reviews to do, that can be more. Um, so official set reviews, especially ones that Lego donate, is that the right word? Lego give to us. They take priority because they are time sensitive. We have to do them within a certain time limit. So I don't review as much as I want to. The last 6 months during the remodel as well, I didn't have access to my collection, which is now all nicely. Let me see all the drawers behind me. This is most of my collection. There's a bunch more drawers below that you can't see. Um, Before I didn't have any of this. It was just big buckets, and it was a nightmare to find parts. But that all had to go into storage while we were remodeling. So Vicksburg got put on hold. Pretty much any mock building got put on hold for me. Um, but I have 3 or 4 in my queue waiting for me to get to and build. So I love mocks. Mocks have a mock. If you're not used to building mocks, they can seem awkward and overly challenging. But once you kind of get used to the language of a mock, compared to a language of a Lego set, you find that like mock designers just view things in a way that Lego can't. They'll use a part in a way that Lego wouldn't, um, and not necessarily make being an illegal technique, but just an unusual technique. And mock builders push the envelope. So I love building mocks, absolutely love it. I just don't do enough of it. Will I do any live builds of mock reviews? So someone asked that on the poll, and I answered probably not. The issue with that is, um, my main concern with that is that premium. I would literally be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to build this premium mock, which I don't think is very fair to the designers. Um, if there's a decent like free mock that I could perhaps do, I might. Um, but mocks are kind of a bit more problematic because of the way we collect parts, right? Like Lego give us parts in a nice little bag. I can put them in a tray and I can build. It's not a lot of me looking in my drawers. Whereas with a mock, I would either have to get all my parts up front, which is probably what I would do, but then I would have this potentially have this big massive tub of Lego which I'll be rooting around in endlessly. It would probably be less fun. So it would probably be a lot more work for me to figure out how to do a mock on a live build. I like the Ford Fiesta Speed Champions. Yeah, Speed Champions are really popular. I think for the same kind of reasons that like micro fighters are. I think the price points tend to be pretty good, and the models are solid. Like they're really great replications of the real life thing. I'm just not a car guy, so I've built Speed Champions because my son's been gifted Speed Champion sets. I've never bought a Speed Champion set. It's probably the only theme I have absolutely never built and very little interest in. Um, it's not set like I would build a Technic car because of the functionality and the Technic side of it, but a, a Lego race car just doesn't really do it for me. Sweet builds, mostly parts, small ones. Very like there you go, another Speed Champions fan. Yeah, alternative builds are really popular for obvious reasons. I'm gonna try and get back to building a little bit. Um, they're just accessible, so you've got one set and you can build all this other stuff. Like a really great creative three-in-one set will give you. Our designers are crazy, and we'll have 200 within 4 months. Mocks, I mean, 200 alternative mocks, and I can't. Oh no, look what I've done. Oh no, I did do that bit. I thought I did something wrong and I didn't. I just did it early. Um, Alt builds are really, they're a good challenge for a designer as well. So it's not just convenient for users, but as a designer, it's like you've got this fixed amount of parts. What can I do with that? What can I achieve? And I think that's a really great challenge for a designer. So, good point. Thank you, Nathan, for pointing out my ridiculousness. To be fair, I have the Ecto 1, the Fiat 500, mainly because I haven't destroyed that one yet. Um, the old Technic Super, I don't know if you can see it. The old Technic Supercar, I never remember the set number, 8008, I think, something like that. No, that's the Starship Trooper. 80, I Toby Mac, what is it? The DeLorean, the Tumbler. So the Tumbler doesn't count as a car, right? That's a tank, isn't it? Uh, Batmobile, Batmobile. I love this Ducati motorbike. That was fantastic. Um, so yeah, you're right. But they're not there because they're cars. They're there because they're, I mean, I guess they're cool looking cars, I guess, but they're screen cars, aren't they? Most of them. 8880. Thank you, Toby. I was close. I knew it was eight and zeros in there. What will I build on the stream next? Like I just covered, probably. I don't know if I want to jump straight into the shadow box once set numbers that. 76252. It's 4,000 parts, so that might be pretty challenging for me to go straight into that. Um, So I might just pick up a smaller set somewhere down the line. Dreams comes out this August, and there's a few dream sets I want. So maybe a dream set. Right. So again, we'll have to. There'll be a fight between me and Toby about who gets what dream set. I'm sure. The shark boat, man. That look awesome. We're doing the iconic twists and fins right now. So for those unfamiliar with Microfighter, I did the page. I did. Um, they're kind of designed to be kind of exaggerated replications of the ship. So it's a minifigure has to fit inside, has to. So we can't not have a minifigure in it or on it. It's like one of those creature ones. And then they tend to kind of be kind of stumpy looking, like chibi, I guess. Chibi style vehicle, if that was ever a thing. There was a bunch of Marvel or DC superhero, shall we say, microfighters. They didn't call them microfighters. I can't remember what they call them. Um, the had but they really like kind of went super kind of characterized on the minifigures, and they were simplified a lot and kind of made really child friendly looking. I'll never forget the crazy Wolverine they did with this weird grin on his face. I don't know why they stopped those but continued with the Star Wars ones. Yeah, who knows? First set I built was 8017, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. I actually have that set incomplete. I am waiting to finish getting all the parts, and I was going to do that for a classic review. So maybe one day if I get all the parts, excuse me, I'm just going to sip of water. Yeah, maybe one day when I get all the parts, you'll see that review. The Millennium microphone has a move on top of it. See that? I like. That's just silly to me. We've got three Millennium Falcon microfighters, and they couldn't figure out how to put a minifigure in any of them. That's just crazy. As you can see, I'm almost done, guys. This is it. Got the windscreen on. So this is the I'm going to go to micro close up so you can see. So, but it's the standard kind of windscreen. These are kind of used for waterfalls and stuff in the Monkey Kids sets and Friend sets in blue, obviously. Open sides because it's a microfighter. We don't care that much. And then we just got to make the bullets, shooters, thrusters, I don't know whatever they're called. And that's one. That's two. See where they go. Although I can kind of tell where they're going to go. So this is like one of those flip shoot. I'm going to lose this if I shoot it, but let's see. Well, that was not impressive, was it? Yeah, splat. That was not that great. There's let me like okay. Well, there you go. That's the um, I like how they've kind of included the actual blaster as part of the projectile. So if he loses them, once you shoot them. And we're done. That's it. Put good old Bobo in his ship. Obviously, in the Slave One, it's upside down. Is he supposed to sit down? I don't know. It doesn't tell me. Does he bend his legs? Yes, he bends his legs. Oh yeah, because otherwise it's not going to fit in. It is kind of neat. It's very tight. It's just gone out the window. That's hilarious. And we're done. Bish bash bosh. So I'm not gonna lie, that was a neat little build. I like that. It was fun, and it's a really fun little model. A really nice way to kind of get a really great minifigure and a good solid build. Certainly for like your 8 to 10 year old, he's gonna have a blast building that and playing with that. Let me see. I just want to check the price so I can give you some facts about it. It's currently available on Lego for $9.99 US dollars. You'll have to check locally for yours because I only see US prices, unfortunately. Um, okay, let me just answer the last few questions. Mine is okay. It was incomplete. Yeah, the I have a lot of incomplete sets. I bought a bulk lot, and this kid had a bunch of Star Wars sets, but a bunch of half Star Wars sets. So um, I don't really buy parts specifically to complete a set. If I obtain another bulk lot that I have parts that I can identify, I'll fill in the gaps. Um, I'm not. It's not really a collector thing. It's just if I can finish this set and build it, then I will. Mine was a spaceship. That's an old set. Showing your age there, dude. 367. What year would that have been from? 1970 something? 78? Something like that? Let's look it up. I'm curious now. Since I've finished building, I got the time. Sets. On Rebook also, excuse me. 367 Moon Landing. 1975. Not bad. I was 3 years out. Oh, it's that set. That's a great set. Yeah, they don't make Lego like that anymore, do they? The other issue. Apologies. I forgot I had to share my screen that well. I can do it, but it makes it look really janky, so I don't want to do it. But look it up. 367-1 Moon Landing 1975. It's a pretty famous classic set. Lieutenant Crane. The fins look really goofy. It does. I agree, no doubt. Um, but my fighter sets do look goofy, so what are you gonna do? Well, thanks for everyone joining me. My mum's online. Thanks, mum. Appreciate it. I'm surprised you figured out how to find me. Yeah. Check me out again. Tell your friends. More importantly, subscribe to the channel, the Ripple channel, so we can get monetized. Because it helps fund the website and we can keep the website alive. So if this contributes in any small way, please do it. Um, yeah, this has been really fun. Thanks everybody for joining me. I guess that's it. How do I stop? Um, if you have any questions or follow up that you really want to tell me something that you forgot to put in the comments, or if you're watching we're recording this, so we'll share the recording through a blog post. So if you're watching this on recording and have some questions, just leave a comment on one of my reviews or direct message me on in the forums or something, and I'm always happy to offer assistance or whatever. Rebookable can be kind of can seem overwhelming when you first get on the site. Um, there's a little bit of a learning curve, I guess, but it's well worth persevering and figuring it out, and it's a really great resource for Lego builders. Okay, bye everybody. Till next time.